give it a few seconds. Give it a few seconds because sometimes it takes YouTube a little bit to catch up. That's why. And I need a second to, you know, drink something. And I got to pull up the chat. So hold on. View my channel. Yes, please. And it looks like I'm live. All right. Where's my... There it is. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to pull up a separate chat thingamabobber. Hold on. I shall do that. Because I need my phone to talk to you all. All right, let's get this live up. Because I need my phone. Pause it. Let's dismiss that. That was Inception. All right, Moses, what's up, buddy? Nice to have you here, as always. Really appreciate you. Keeper, nice to have you here. King Bluto, nice to have you. Johnny Bravo is in the house. Free show. What free show? There's a free show at Ruby Hill. Sweet. Good. Alright, let me get rid of this. Oh, first, Ghost Rider, greetings. Nice to have you here. This old school kind of deal here, you know, where people used to call in and stuff like that, you know. I'll let you know when the phone line is open. The number's up on the screen, as you can see. Let me get over to the chat and hit all messages. All right, there we go. Well, that's better. Ruby Hill. No strip club over at Ruby Hill that I know of. That would be cool, though. Okay. Let's see if I got everything up to speed here. Looks good there. All right, let's go ahead and hit some intro music. I think I'm gonna... Oh, what intro music should I do? I think I'll do the Sanford intro music. I kind of like that. Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome to Let's Talk, Episode 3, call-in show, which I'll open up the phone lines in just a minute. Tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about this Venezuelan gang situation in Aurora, Colorado, which, if you guys have been following my channel, which you have, most of you in here anyways have, I've been chronicling this and reporting on it, doing some actual digging into the heart of the matter. And my reporting has come up with some very interesting takeaways on the whole situation. Now, one of the things that I didn't really get into is something that the Hells Angels actually pointed out when they gave their statement. They did a whole statement on their Twitter account and on their website, if I'm not mistaken. And that was that they don't they don't have anything to do with that type of activity. You know, of course, they're not even going to tell you that they're on their way to kick the shit out of the Venezuelan gangs ass or anything like that, you know. Fuzzy, welcome. Nice to have you here. When did I get face tats? No, this is okay, Keeper. That picture that you see there is not any Venezuelan gang. Okay, that's a generic gang picture. I typed in what I did. You guys can do this at home right now. Go to Google, type in gangs. And about the third picture over is a picture of these scary dudes And this gang in particular is super scary. What's up, Gregory? Nice to have you here. Don't let the mustachioed hijack your show. I'll try not to, Bluto. You know how that dude is, though. That's part of the problem. And the Hells Angels put that out as well. They said just because somebody puts a video of a gang of a biker gang in there does not mean uh, that that's them or anything of the sort. So, hold on, I'm getting more. I have no idea what that is. Somebody just sent me something. I have no idea what that is. What is that? I don't even know who that is right now. I'm sorry, I'm doing a show. Thanks for the picture, whoever sent that. It just goes to prove, and that Hell's Angels went on to say, it was a very eloquent statement, actually. The Hell's Angels Rocky Mountain chapter put out a statement basically saying everybody's full of shit, right? But they said just because the media puts out pictures of a bunch of people on motorcycles does not mean anything, and it has nothing to do with the Hells Angels. So, you can do something like what I just did there. I purposely picked a random picture. I think it was like the third picture that I saw and put it in there. And my title is misleading as well, right? This is what the media does all the time. This is what a lot of YouTubers do. They'll put up this sexy, sensational headline, Venezuelan gangs in Aurora revealed, right? And then it'll go on, oh, that's you, Ghost. Okay, armed men stealing a motorcycle in Commerce City. I got you, Ghost. So what does that mean? What does that have to do with the Venezuelan gangs in Aurora? I got the picture, Ghost. Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't have time to kind of, Yeah, I'm sure crime happens, Ghost Rider, but I think this thing is way overblown. I lost weight and got face tattoos. Yeah, exactly, Johnny. I lost weight and got face tattoos, and that's me in the picture, the middle guy. He looks about the toughest, right? Actually, the guy on the left probably looks the toughest. No, but it just goes to show you that people will run with the narrative, right? Like the national news media picked up on this Venezuelan gang thing, right? Which wasn't a thing. I proved it to you guys. I did a 3-part video on it for you, 3 hours of content, right? And we went over everything. We ran over the real story. The real story being that there's a slumlord, and that's what people should be really focusing on. Instead, the PR firm that was hired by the owners and management company set out a press release, and that set the world on fire, at least here in the United States. The Venezuelan gangs are taking over, right? I went there. Everyone commenting on this crime says TDA. Okay, but it's an isolated incident, isn't it, Ghost Rider? And has it been verified by anybody? Show the picture. What am I showing the picture for? It has nothing to do with this, Ghost Rider. That has to do with Commerce City, dude. If I did a story on Commerce City, Ghost, if you want to call in, call in. The phone line is open, 719-642-8809. Let's discuss this, all right? Because it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about in Aurora, right? And if people would have taken the time to watch those videos, you could have saw that I debunked that whole thing. The whole thing was BS. The whole national narrative about the Venezuelan gangs taking over things in in Aurora, apartment complexes. How dare you, Matthew? How dare you? How dare you, sir? Let's see what else we got. Yeah, somebody call in. Commerce City is Commerce City is not next door to Aurora, Ghost Rider. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Big Chief in the house. What's up, man? Nice to have you here. So, Ghost Rider, you're buying into the national narrative that gangs are taking over Aurora. I was there, dude. I went to the complex. I interviewed people, right? The people that lived there. The only story was that there was no story, right? The story was the owner of those complexes is a slumlord. That's the story. He won't pay his damn waste bills so that people's trash can be picked up, and therefore the rats come and the roaches and the mice and stuff like that. That's the real crux of the matter. Do you understand? Right? So when people say, "Oh, gangs are taking over," and you had the mayor, the piece of shit mayor of Aurora, make up shit on Facebook and scare everybody, and then go on a national Fox News affiliate and say the same thing, but then backtrack the next day, right, and say the complete opposite on local news. He flip flops. He's the worst piece of shit mayor Aurora's ever had. Period. Salty, welcome. Nice to have you here. This shit is just out of control. I mean, you can't call isolated incident. And by the way, Ghost, looking at that picture, I'm gonna show you this picture. Hold on, let's get to it. I'm gonna give you fair due, Ghost. I'm not bashing you. I'm just I want to pull up this picture. Hold on. I gotta get to it. Hold on. Where are you at? There you go. Oh, let's look at this. Let's pull up this picture. All right. Now, this picture doesn't prove shit to me, Ghost. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Hold on. Let's transition over here. Here's the picture that Ghost sent me, all right? This is how, first of all, okay, scary situation, right? They're supposedly stealing a motorcycle, right? Looks like a female up there. I don't know. I could be wrong. And then this guy has a gun too. Okay. All right. Fair enough, right? Isolated incident. How do they know it's a gang-related Ghost? You know, that's what I'd like to know. First of all, how do they classify gangs over there in Commerce City, which is not next to Aurora? It's not next to Aurora. It's separated by Denver, so it's not next. It's within driving distance. I will say that. Of course, everything in the Denver metro area is driving distance. It's like saying North Glen is next to Lakewood. You know. Did someone say making things up? Isn't that my specialty? Smelly liar. I don't even like to say that name. George Daly, welcome. Nice to have you here. They do that on purpose. Nobody ever pays attention to the retraction. See, that's what I'm saying, Fuzzy. The mayor of Aurora went on Facebook, which was a Facebook post, basically, saying that gangs were taking over and all this shit. Takes it down. Can't remember the exact statement. I wished I would have took a screen of it, but he's such a coward. He's such a coward. This guy has no clue, man. He's no clue whatsoever. Hey, Moses, thank you for that super sticker, buddy. The phone lines are open. The number's on the screen there, 719-642-8809. Call in if you are so inclined to discuss the gang takeover in Aurora, or what have you guys seen? What have you guys seen in the news that piques your interest? What can I clear up for you? Right? AR-15 guy on the right. Other guys have handguns. Yes, Ghost. That's true in that picture. Does it matter if they're in a gang? Really? Easy. No, it does not. Look, I'm not a proponent of violence. Right? So those people need to be found and if they find evidence that they did something, they need to be jailed, bonded out if there's any type of bond, and let's go to trial, right? Let's capture these criminals, right? I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. Moses, thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate the super sticker. I think that one's cute. That's the first time I've ever seen that one. Chris on the drums, welcome. Nice to have you here. If you're going to say the theft was not gang related, why would they be armed with an AR-15 and handguns? Ghost Rider, you realize that a lot of people own AR-15s, not just gang members. Are you accusing everybody that has an AR-15 and handguns of being gang members, Ghost Rider? Because I know a hell of a lot of people that own handguns. Are they gang members, Ghost Rider? Are you making that leap just because? Like, why do you make that leap? You see what I'm saying? You can't just assume things, Ghost. And the fact that they not only knew that they were gang members, but they narrowed it down to TRA or TNA or whatever the fuck their name is, that gang that's been going around like on the tip of everybody's mouth, like it's like a thing here in Aurora and Commerce City and everywhere else. Not even the chief of Aurora would admit to that, Ghost Rider. Not even the mayor, if you asked him face to face, would admit that, because to admit it would be folly, right? It's speculation. You can think all you want to. I can think all kinds of things. Yeah, Fuzzy brings up a good point. The 14-year-old in Georgia had an AR-15. Are we assuming that guy, Ghost Rider, is a gang member? Does he belong to TRA? I mean, according to your logic, that's what it would be, right? That 14-year-old kid is now part of TRA. I think we should investigate that. I think we should investigate it. Let's have the police ask him those questions. Are you part of TRA? Does on his question, does an immigrant have the same right to trial as a citizen? Meaning, should they be deported or offered a trial? Well, if they commit a crime here, wouldn't you want them to go on trial easy? Or do you want them to just get deported and cause the same havoc in another country? Right? I'd want them to be tried and put in jail and then deported. How about that? You do the crime, do the time, right? That's how we feel here. You don't need to register your guns here. A lot of people are strapped here in Colorado. So you think, okay, Ghost Rider says, so you think as casual burglars that they wouldn't think that the fact that they are carrying the firearms, that elevates it to a felony, is what casual thieves do? You conflate what I'm saying, Ghost Rider. You can twist your people's words all you want, Ghost, but it doesn't work with me. All right, it could work with others. It could work with other people that you've dealt with. A lot of idiots out there that would just kowtow and just believe everything you say as face value, right? Kind of like what Mayor Kaufman tried to do, just making shit up as he goes along. You're not like that, Ghost Rider. You're a little smarter than that. Big Chief says there's already established factions in Colorado. Tren de Aguas would have a lot of explaining to do with the powers that be. See, Big Chief is one that would know these things, Ghost Rider. I don't think you know a damn thing about gangs, Ghost Rider. I think the boogeymen are scaring you, Ghost. I mean, those people were definitely scary. I don't want them to run. I don't want to run into them. I don't want to have nothing to do with them, etc., etc. But you can't just assume that a certain gang is doing things. You know, that just makes it more complicated with everything. Once somebody reports it and it catches fire, right? Then people could get hurt. You know, there's certain consequences, right? For the city, for the police, for the people there. There are consequences to these things. I don't like crime, Ghost Rider, and neither do you. That's what I know about us, right? You're trying to say it's not. I'm not trying to say that. Don't put words in my mouth, Ghost Rider. The number's up there if you want to call in. You're trying to say it's normal for people out to steal on a daily basis, carry fire. So you're saying on a daily basis, Ghost Rider? Come on, Ghost Rider. Oh man, criminals will steal anything from anywhere at any time. They don't have to be part of a gang, Ghost Rider. Maybe they had a beef with that motorcycle owner, right? Who's to say that they were a gang in the first place? I'm not saying it's a normal thing. I know it doesn't happen every day. Doesn't happen every day, Ghost Rider. You can listen to that scanner all you want, but you know police lie all the time. And people sometimes have a different perception of what's going on. I'm not saying anything, Ghost Rider. What I'm telling you is the narrative in Aurora is false. That's what I'm telling you, Ghost Rider. I didn't talk about Commerce City, right? I very rarely get out to Commerce City. I should go there more. So I'm not too far from Commerce City, right? But to say that has anything to do with Aurora is nonsense. Commerce City is a completely different place. It's like saying Westminster is Centennial. Makes no sense, man. Makes no sense. I'm just trying to clear up some misconceptions, man. If you bought into that narrative, Ghost Rider, I don't know what to tell you, man. Just watch my other videos. I went through it step by step. Step by step. The real story is the slumlord there. You got everybody fighting with each other over these gang accusations, and the real story is there's a slumlord that's trying his hardest to kick all these good people out, Ghost Rider. Immigrants or not, these are good people. I didn't ask their immigration status, right? Talked to some of them in Spanish, some of them in English, right? So to say that the police themselves said it. The mayor said it after the fact. Bushfire Blonde, welcome. Nice to have you here, dear. Number is 719-642-8809 if you want to call in to talk about the false narrative, which I've debunked. Do you see the picture, good people? Easy, were you here at the beginning when I told you about that specific picture? It's misleading. That whole thing is misleading, all right? It says, let me go over it with you, Easy. I've never seen you in here before, but let me go over it with you. All right? I explained that the picture that is seen is not the Venezuelan gangs that everybody's talking about. It's MS-13, which is a gang. And they have prominence in L.A., they have prominence on the East Coast. They have prominence in Texas and a lot of other places. All right, so that is definitely misleading, which is kind of the point. I'm telling you, I'm being honest with you. That is not what is that Venezuelan gang that's been on the tip of everybody's tongue? Hold on, Big Chief said it. I just got to find it. Aguas or Terra de Aguas or whatever the fuck it was. That is a legit gang, right? And there may be some of those gang members. There is rumblings that I did hear tell that there were a couple of stragglers, right? George Daly says, no gangs, just political BS. TDA, I'll just call them. There you go, Ghost Rider. Just political BS. It's election time. 100%, George Daly. Everybody needs a boogeyman. And people love boogeymen. They're all over it, man, especially in the political times. I'm neither Republican nor Democrat, by the way, everybody. I can't stand both parties, especially the Republicans now. And I can't stand the Democrats either, but for different reasons. But the Republicans are the worst of the worst right now. I tried calling. MLH did not answer. Hold on. You should be able to. Try calling again, Amazing Audits. Try calling again, buddy. I'll go ahead and, oh shit, it looks like you did try calling. Sorry. Calling again, Amazing Audits. I had it on silent, so I'm doing things old school, man. Got to give me a little bit of, leeway here. But Amazing Audits, try calling in again, buddy. Phone line is open 719-642-8809. It's a Google number, so you'll have to leave your name or moniker there. 123, welcome. I grew up, and you're right, Ghost Rider. There is a faction of MS-13 in Denver. It's not as big, you know. I grew up with all the gangs 2004, and I've seen them all. At my time, the only North Aiders that rode blue rags was Northside Criminals. Since then, has been so many crews. They always have. Yeah. By the way, I didn't buy into the Aurora story, but I was trying to make you aware of the gang problem. There is a gang problem in Commerce City. I'm not disputing that, Ghost Rider, but you were trying to link that to Aurora. See how you little things like that can make people believe shit that just is simply isn't true, Ghost Rider. It's just not true. Hey, what's up, Blue Unicorn? Nice to have you in here. Right. They're not taking over whole apartment complexes. I've seen that happen. It mostly happens on the East Coast, by the way, Ghost. Right? I'm not some young cat that doesn't know anything about the world and anything about what's going on, you know? Easy says it's not an assumption that the cartel MS-13 and various other gangs are operating. I never said that, Easy. Never said that. There are gangs here. I'm not saying there's no gangs, right? MS-13 is a perfect example. They have a small faction in Denver. I'm sure they run guns and drugs and whatever else, and those criminals should definitely be taken care of. Hold on. All right, hold on. All right, caller, you're on the air. Tell us who you are, what you would like to talk about.
It's the Mexican long hair. This is Amazing Audits. How's it going, man?
Hey, Amazing Audits. How are you, my friend?
Man, I'm feeling good. It's been some beautiful weather around here today, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's like 85 degrees and almost perfect with the clouds and shit, man. You can't ask for much more than that, right?
I couldn't believe how nice it was.
Yeah. So what's on your mind, Amazing?
Yeah, I visited the property, man, over there in Aurora off of 12th and Dallas, and I just was going to give my testimony.
Yeah. What did you find out?
Well, I'll go over my first-hand account first, and then I'll tell you some information that I received because I don't exactly trust the person that told me, but whatever, it was some information I got at the scene.
Sure.
So by my own testimony, what I experienced was zero gang activity, zero evidence of any gang activity, and very little activity at all. Honestly, the property, which looked like they don't take the trash out there anymore. Really, that was the only thing I could really comment. Some of the windows were busted out. I went in right there to the doorstep, right where where the people with the guns are at in the video. And through it all, no one was standing around. No one's in the hallways. No one was carrying guns. I didn't see any even congregations of groups of people besides like one family.
Yeah.
So we walked all over. The mayor just so happened to show up right when I was there, man. And we went live. What ended up happening is somebody asked me what I thought of this whole story. And I told them, in my opinion, this seems like a nothing burger, a story that's paid for so that people will vote a certain way in the presidential election.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Out of left field, man, comes this dude, and he is furious that I just said that, man. Like, the dude is livid, and he really wants to give a narrative of his own. And so what I'm trying to say is I think that dude that got so livid when I said this is a nothing burger story, I think he's the reason this story even exists, man. Like, he was a politician, and it's just my belief that maybe he's been promised a position or something if he could make this story work.
Okay. Do you know how this story took off? Amazing Audits. I can tell you because I actually did a video on it and I did some homework. Do you know how this?
Do tell.
Okay. There was a PR firm hired by the owner. I believe his name is Zev Baumgartner or something like that to blame the Venezuelan gangs on the whole situation because it provides cover and a distraction. And the mayor...
That's suspect. I find that very suspect, man.
Right.
Again, that just seems so suspect.
It is. And if it is and it is confirmed, by the way. I had multiple sources. All right, it's not just
Mm-hmm.
me telling you. Multiple, like I believe the Gazette reported on it, the Aurora Sentinel reported on it. I'm not sure if the Post did, but there was one other major news rag that reported on it too. So it's not. I mean, when you get multiple sources like that, I mean, we can ascertain what the truth is, right? So
Money,
it's money. Follow the money. That's exactly right.
money.
So what reason, amazing audits, would let's say you owned a building, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you were a tycoon. You did this over and over. You made a lot of money doing these type of things. What is
Yep,
the
someone has
easy?
promised to buy that property off of me for an exuberant amount of money if I go along with the story. Right?
Well,
Like maybe somebody who's a real estate mogul, maybe.
right. Well, let's delve into that. Amazing audits, 100%, right? So so somebody offers you a big amount of money, but you got one big problem, right? You got a bunch of tenants that are paying rent on time, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what do you do? What do you do to get those people out, right? And by the way, they're
They
they're
put those people's lives at risk too. By the way, all this talk about other gangs descending on that property. That people who live there have probably gotten hurt because of this
that's
story.
another great point, amazing audit. What if what okay, so if you're a sick I'm not talking about you, amazing audit, but you got to be a sick person to want another gang to come in and perform more gang violence, right? So that alone, to me,
Absolutely.
that's why the Hell's Angels put out uh, that statement that they did, that we have nothing to do with that. We're not going there. That was basically, don't believe the media, right? And I think that's some
The American people's
right.
desire to have somebody come save them, desire for a savior.
Right, 100%. So that's basically what I'm saying. There were a lot of things that were flubbed up and misconstrued and conflated, and everybody got scared. I know the conservative news media got super scared because here. I mean, and you look at that picture. Like I even said, amazing honest. My picture's scary, right? That picture that I put up on the thumbnail of all
Oh yeah,
these
yeah, yeah. I see the
the
thumbnail.
but that's first of all, that's MS-13, has nothing to do with TNA or T what.
Yeah, that's an El Salvadorian gang or something.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it originated, I believe, in El Salvador, and it became like big in Mexico, and obviously now has a presence in the United States. So, but it's misleading. The same thing with my but at least I'm being upfront and honest with you all when I say it, right? Same thing with my Aurora gangs or gangs in Aurora exposed or revealed. It's a sensationalist headline, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what sells, right? I'm not
You
trying
know,
to sell
Mexican
myself here.
lager.
What?
Sorry to talk over you, man.
It's all good.
I was just sitting here and I was talking with Carol, and I was saying that this is any one certain gang, because you had said in the comment about you can't just assume it's some certain gang. They haven't caught these people. There's really no evidence,
Right.
and that would be equivalent in my mind to basically saying that I did it. Like you could say Jamie did that stuff, and it would be just about as credible.
Right. I mean, you could say that about anybody, right? You could say the
Mm-hmm.
MLH gang was the one that really did it. You could say, I don't know. You could say the Crips or Bloods did it. They would have to do some magic with their skin color. But I mean, you could make up any narrative, and if it gets picked up, it's going to get picked up, and people don't care about retractions or the actual story. What do
They'll
you?
tell the truth after they stir up the sensationalism and fear.
Right. So let me ask you this,
Yeah,
amazing audits. You were there, all right?
I was.
What do you believe the real story is there at that particular complex? What's the real
So
story?
now that I've talked to you about it, man, like I think this. Tell me if this doesn't make the most sense of all, commenters. Somebody comment below. Everybody comment what you think about this one. So, Colorado State for Donald Trump to try to win any voters in this state. Okay, so he knew that he needed to do something extraordinary, man, to be able to win the election, especially in Colorado, right? So he spun up this whole fake news narrative during his first presidency, right? And then he uses this fake news story with the Venezuelan gangs. He probably offered that property owner to buy their property from them after this is all said and done, and they will win a lot of money for making up this story. He's got the police in the back with this other guy who turned on me, like running the mayor. So it's a big news story, and ultimately, I think it's a scam to trick the American people, man, with fake news stories so that you'll vote for Donald Trump.
It could be. I'm not going to say. I mean, Fuzzy Handcuffs in chat says Venezuela is a buzzword in certain political circles. So, like I said, Amazing Audits, I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I think they're both junk. I can't stand either, right? They're
Same filthy bird, man.
Same filthy bird. That's exactly right, man. So, to me, I mean, there may be some credence. I don't think Donald Trump himself, was behind that or anything like that. Like Nameless says, "Oh God, blame Trump." No, I'm not. I don't think. I don't think that's what Amazing Oz was saying. I think he's saying that there's a lot of political influence. You know, Pippi Longsunks, I guess MLH hates me too. I don't hate anybody, Pippi. You know that. You know, I love people regardless. I have Republican friends, I have Democratic friends, I have independent friends, I have green friends, I have, you name it. and Johnny Bravo can attest. I just love people in general. So no, I don't hate
Johnny
anybody,
Bravo,
Pippi.
good to see you, man.
Yep.
Good to see you in the chat, Johnny Bravo.
All right,
Hey,
Amazing
you
Audits.
enjoyed
Thank you.
a great show, man. I'm glad I called in, and I'll keep watching somebody else call in. Let's hear what people think, man.
Yep, appreciate you, Amazing Audits. Thank you for calling in, man. Appreciate that. That was Amazing Audits. If you want to call in, the phone line is open. 719-642-8809 is the number. We're talking about Venezuelan gangs taking over all of Aurora, apparently. Pinche Becky, welcome. Nice to have you here. No, as a matter of fact, Pippi, I love you. You know I do. I love all my members. I love all my subscribers. MLH is chill as they come for real. Johnny Bravo says. There you go. There's money somewhere. Nameless says. I agree. There's got to be money. If they're using it for political gain, then yeah. Easy says it seems like gang is used to distract from the fact that they're immigrants. Doesn't matter if they're in a gang or which gang they're in. They're possibly unvetted, illegal. I don't think anybody's illegal. Easy. Right, I think that's a term that I think we need to look at. All right, I think somebody was saying, well, if you come over this country illegally, then you're an illegal immigrant. How about you're just an immigrant that maybe broke the law? Can we just say that? And by the way, a lot of these quote unquote immigrants are claiming asylum, right? Whether or not they're actually true in what they say about asylum, it matters not. The United States has asylum clauses here. If you claim asylum and a judge or a magistrate deems it, then you're allowed in. Now you're still quote unquote illegal, and you have to work to get your status here. I agree with Blue Unicorn. Borders are imaginary and countries are legal fictions. There you go, Blue. I'm coming around to your way of thinking, Blue Unicorn. I really am, man. Cops are a gang. They fly that blue line flag always and act like criminals every day. That's the real gang takeover. Yeah. All right. Like I said, the phone line is open. 719-642-8809. We're going to be going for maybe another 15, 20 minutes here. So if you want to call in, have your voice heard, please call in now or forever hold your peace. I mean, if you don't call in, I guess we'll just end the show and that'll be that. Matthew, let's see. Nameless, doesn't the government pay for their rent? That's a misconception too, Nameless. They do not. The people over there, I can't say whether they were immigrants, legal or illegal or anything like that, but they were paying good money to stay there. They're still paying good money to stay there. $1,200 to $2,000 to stay in a run-down, ragged apartment, Nameless. What the government does here is they pay for 3-day vouchers, Nameless. So It's not like, Nameless says maybe the landlords get a kickback. That could be. Yeah, we discussed that, Nameless. There is thoughts to kicking everybody out, raising those apartments and building up anew. Maybe they have a deal in place, like Amazing Audit said, and are trying to sell the land. The land is definitely super valuable. So because it's near the hospital there, so there's something to that, Nameless. And I haven't quite figured that portion of it out, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it because you follow the money, you usually find the story, right? Matthew says they villainized gang violence for political gain for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Yes. It's the old playbook, right, Matthew? OG Pallone is in the house. What's up, my friend? Nice to have you here, buddy. Appreciate you. OG Pallone really is OG. He was, I always like to say this, OG. I'll probably embarrass you. He was one of the first 50 subs. Easy says, no, we can't say that. Is a murder a murder if they just had a bad day and took someone's life? Illegal is illegal. I have to obey the law. Easy, let me tell you something. And this might hurt your feelings a little bit. And I apologize in advance. Do you know that, for the sake of argument, I'm going to call all of them illegal immigrants. Do you realize that illegal immigrants per capita have less crime than actual citizens in this country? Easy. Think about that for just a second. What does that tell you, Easy? What does that tell you when the people that quote unquote aren't supposed to be here are behaving themselves a hell of a lot better than the citizens are? What does that say? Blue Unicorn says, read the anti-federalist paper. If not anarchy, then monarchy. Add and learn the incentives of caretaker government. Same incentives as a caretaker slumlord. I hear you, Blue Unicorn. I hear you. Doctors, nurses, support staff, senior care would make tons of money for that real estate. Yeah, Nameless. That's what I'm saying. You follow the money. That real estate is super valuable there, but the problem is there's still people that live in the area. It's the whole... in a way, it's kind of gentrification, which I know people hate that term too. I really don't care. I mean, if I hurt your feelings on that, I don't know what to say. You know, I'm a product of illegal immigration. Easy, you know, and I've never been arrested. Last ticket I got was 5 years ago. You know, I was born here, born and raised in Denver. Never been arrested even once in my life. My dad, same thing. You know, never spent a day in jail ever. You know, prove it. Soraya says in the NYC they said 75% is from illegals. Oh, just because the government says it, Soraya, it's true, right? Government says a lot of things. Are you going to believe everything they say? 75% of all crime is due to illegals. Come on, man. I am not lying, Soraya. You're just upset. You're upset. You come into this chat and you're already mangled. I don't know what to tell you. How would you know if an undocumented person committed a crime unless they're caught? That's not a reliable statement. It is reliable. There's no feelings, Easy. Look at the statistics. The statistics don't lie. If you don't like those facts, sorry. Your feelings are hurt, Easy. I know that hurts. Ooh, it's got to hurt, right? It's got to hurt that those brown folks commit less crime than the folks that are already living here. Just because you may be a good citizen does not mean the rest of them are. Oh, so I'm the good one and everybody else is bad, Soraya. I don't know what to tell you all. You guys are showing your true colors. I don't even have to say anything. You guys are doing it for yourselves. You gave stats from the government, so that means you are a liar. Oh, guys, I'm a liar. I'm a liar. Look at Chris on the drum. 64.83% of all statistics are made up. If you believe what the government is shoveling down your throat, Soraya, I don't know what to tell you. And by the way, thanks for coming in. You've never been in my chat, but welcome on in. Welcome to the MLH talk show. Let's talk. Nameless says the government is paying them more than seniors. I don't think so, Nameless. It's not true. You aren't illegal if you were born here. I don't think all immigrants are. Okay, well that's a good starting point, Easy. But what I'm telling you is true. Usually when people come up here, they want to keep their nose clean so they don't get deported. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to go back to where they were. They try to stay as quiet as humanly possible. And I'm not including the bad ones, right? There are a small contingent of bad people, some of them gang members that we don't want here. I understand the way you're feeling, right? Still Sassy says, I believe nothing the government says. 100% Still Sassy. 9 out of 10 violent criminals are wearing shoes at the time of their arrest. There is a correlation between causation, right? Unicorn. Oh, I got caught, Soraya. Look how my audience just hates me for it, Soraya. I got caught. The phone line is open if you want to call in, Soraya. 719-642-8809. We got about another 10 minutes here. It's not a faxer. Cite your source. Look, you're one of those people when you get into a debate, Easy, when you're debating someone, what's your source? What's your source? What's your source? Well, I mean, you want me to pull up? I mean, I could look right now for you. Let's see. Oh, crime rate. And then no matter what I pull up, Easy and Soraya will say, well, that's bullshit. But then they'll find some article that says, well, in this county, this, it's tilted this way. And that shows you the whole picture. Hold on. Crime rate, immigrants versus citizens. Let's see what that pulls up. Let's see. Hold on. Crime rates. Yeah, here we go. Data disproves right-wing talking points about migrant crime. Immigrant. Okay, this is from Northwestern Now News, which I don't know if they're credible or not, but let me pull this up here. Let's read it together. Let's have story time. All right. Northwestern is a school in I believe Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. Immigrants are significantly less likely to commit crimes than the U.S. born. Study finds over a 150-year period, immigrants have never been incarcerated at a greater rate than those born in the United States. Ooh. A study co-led by Northwestern University economist Elisa Jacome, provides the first historical comparison of incarceration rates of immigrants to U.S.-born citizens. Using incarceration rates as a proxy for crime, right? A team of economists, right? So these aren't just some yahoos on the street like me, right? Analyzed 150 years of U.S. Census data and found immigrants were consistently less likely to be incarcerated than people born in the United States. Uh-oh. 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 I mean, yeah, did I just make that up? Did I make it up? That's a true statement, Easy. You can look it up for yourself. Here, matter of fact, here I'll throw it. I'll put this in I'll put the whole thing. All right, hold on. Here we go. I'll put the whole thing into chat so you can read the whole thing. Now you could say this is a one-off. You know, this is a one-off. But there you go. There's the story. Click on it and read it. They are illegal, so they are committing a crime. Oh, Soraya. Are they all illegal? Did they ask for asylum? Did you interview them all, Soraya? Read the story. Read that story and tell me if that isn't legit or not. This is from Northwestern University. which is a highly respected university. Do you not believe that study? There you go, Soraya. There's your proof. And there's plenty of others. I mean, that was just the first of many. There's an NPR story on it. There's just do your homework. Significant. Oh, come on, easy. I knew you were going to do that. Okay, last call for phone calls, and then we're going to end it. We'll probably have another awesome show next week. I don't know. We'll see how I feel next Saturday. Last call. I'm going to give you guys about a minute to call in. Number 719-642-8809. So there you go. What else do we got? Who says the law even applies to anyone? The guy with the gun makes the laws. If you don't like it, you're not free to leave. Ooh, good point, Blue Unicorn. Good point. You know, Blue Unicorn, you said something interesting to me we've had many talks, man, but there were a lot of people that you worked with that were immigrants, and they worked alongside of you. And I mean, why can't people just look at people for face value, whether they're illegal or not, right? My brother-in-law was deported, right? Somebody called in because they were bigoted and didn't like him, right? So never got a ticket, was here for 20 years, never even got a ticket. Worked as a roofer, put on sidings on houses, never bothered a soul. One of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And if we can't accept people like that in this country, what does that say about us? You know? Asking for asylum, you didn't listen to what I'm saying, Easy. You didn't listen to what I was saying. If you go to the border, there are laws on the books. If you go to the border and you seek asylum because, let's say, I don't know, MS-13 is terrorizing your neighborhood and you want a better life, you go to the border and you ask for asylum. You're supposed to be put in front of a judge, right? And if the judge lets you stay in this country, guess what? Then the judge lets you stay in this country. Still means you're illegal, but you're in this country because you're seeking asylum. It is the end-all, be-all. Easy. It is. And you know what? This country is supposed to be forgiving and take in your huddled masses. You know? If you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. That's un-American to me. Let's see. Flores versus Reno. Yeah. They clarified further the rights and obligations, especially for migrant children. 100%. We're talking about kids here, Easy. A lot of kids, you know, struggling, trying to survive. What if you were in that position? What if the United States became a third world country, Easy? We got into a civil war and we became a third world country and you wanted to seek asylum into Canada or Mexico. It's not the end all be all. I think it is the end all be all. I don't hate immigrants. I'm definitely against the bad. So am I. That's something we agree on, Easy. I'm against the bad ones too. Let's get the bad ones out. Come legally and contribute. How about this, Easy? How about we give everybody a shot, right? We give everybody a special Social Security number. This is if you're coming in if you're a Mexican, you get Social Security M21253 whatever, right? Here's your Social Security card. Start paying taxes, and let's see how it goes. And you commit a crime, you're out. And I mean crime like a felony. Get out. Right? I agree with you. You know, I don't like the bad ones either. I don't like anybody bad. Maybe we should start deporting people that commit crimes, period. Find a country that'll take them. Maybe Iraq. Let's deport regular criminals. How about that? Who can afford masses? Well, the United States can, nameless, richest country in the world. Here's the thought. Asylum seekers are here because the USA government screws up everyone else's countries. You know what, Blue Unicorn? That's a great point. Venezuela, for instance, did not collapse because of socialism. It's because the USA sent jackals. Ooh. I like that. Blue Unicorn. All right, last call. Anybody calling in? Now's the time to do it. Chris says immigration will. We can afford the homeless. Nameless. It's just that the greedy politicians don't want to help the homeless. That's the problem. Immigration will never be worked on to figure it out. Both political parties need it to be broken so they can campaign on it. 100%, Chris. And homeless people, Chris. That's another thing. Homelessness, immigration. There's always got to be a boogeyman somewhere. If you're poor, if you're of the others, send us your weak and sick and huddled masses unless they're brown. Right, Blue Unicorn. America's the land of immigrants, George Daly says. 100%. I'm very well aware. I ran counter illegal immigration mission for years in the USCG. I've been the poster guy picking up babies off of immigrant boats. Don't you think those people are trying to get away and have a better life, Easy? Why wouldn't you want that for your fellow man? These people bleed like you do, right? You cut open an immigrant, they bleed, illegal or otherwise, they bleed red just like you, Easy. I'm sure a lot of them have the same blood type as you and could actually save your life at some point. You see what I'm saying? We need to stop thinking of people in terms of their country of origin or their color or any of that, right? We're all human. We're human beings. We're of the same species, right? If I slept with an Indian woman, we could have a baby, right? If I slept with a black woman, we could have a baby, right? That's what I'm saying. So, be kind. Be kind to others. That's what I'm telling you. Here's some irony. Mexico's deporting USA expats living in Mexico because they drive inflation. Well, I'd like to see the story on that, Blue Unicorn, but, would kind of make sense. Actually, there's not a lot of expats that are, I don't believe that it's like in mass, but I think there are incidents of that, Blue Unicorn. I did see something on that. Thanks for the links, Fuzzy. If you want to support this type of stuff or my reporting on the ground or anything else I do, those are the links. You know what to do. All the members, I really appreciate you all as well. Still Sassy, thank you. Welcome back to the thank you for re-upping, Still Sassy. Really appreciate that. It helps me. Bunny is in chat. Whoever wants to come here should be able to. Why do we get to be here but others can't? As long as you're contributing, Bunny, I don't have any problem with that, Bunny B. Thank you for being here, by the way, and thank you for your comment. I appreciate all the comments tremendously. All right, that's going to do it. Thanks to Amazing Audit for calling in. Obviously, this is a hot-button topic that people... Ooh, man, nothing ever riles people up more when talking about immigration. It's crazy. Mexico deports U.S. citizens who are in the country illegally, but it's not common. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of them have work permits. Not work permits. They buy like passes, Blue Unicorn, like visas. They have to pay every so often to stay. I know this because Bernie used to live in Punto... what was it? I can't remember the place that she lived, but she lived in Mexico for 12 years, and there were a lot of expats there. They just had to pay like a yearly fee or every 2 years. I can't remember. But, all right. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thanks, Sassy, for Still Sassy, for re-upping your membership. You should consider going live again in vertical mode about the issue. Nah. Vertical mode isn't my thing, Matthew. I'm not into the vertical mode thing, But thank you nonetheless, Matthew. I'll consider it. What are the benefits of that? I never understand the vertical thing. I like the landscape, I guess, better. Anyways, take care. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for participating in chat. Let me know in the comments what your feelings are if you're listening on the replay crew. I definitely appreciate the replay crew. Thank you to all the mods in chat, especially Fuzzy. Fuzzy was on fire today. Thank you, Matthew, as well. Any other mods that were in there, thank you guys so much. You really appreciate, and I appreciate everybody being in here. You guys take care. Have a great day. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow on Bernie's stream. Bernie has hot tub tomorrow. I'll see you guys there. All right, take care. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.